You're listening to the John and Heidi Show, now featuring the wit and wisdom of Dan Farris.
Okay, dudes, let's walk this sucker.
On Sunny 93.3.
It's the John and Heidi Show bonus hour with Dan Farris, brought to you by Sioux Falls Fireworks.org. Mr. Farris, how you doing, man?
Doing really well.
Good.
Got them cosmic chuckles going. Don't know why, not going to question it, just going to roll with it.
Absolutely.
Baseball great all around. Amazing guy, national treasure, Lou Gehrig, born on this day. Lou Gehrig, amongst other things. You're, of course, familiar with, his life story, which was awfully short, but awfully glorious.
ALS.
6-time World Series winner. 6 World Series.
In his short life, he did a lot, man.
Yeah, and twice he was a MVP out of those 6 games. Hey, Mo! Hey, Mo! Three Stooges fave. Mo Howard, born this day.
Oh, John loves the Stooges.
I think Mo is just funny,
Are you a
funny
Stooges
dude.
fan?
I grew up watching them, and I've never, I like them, but I'm not really a slapstick guy.
I just was thinking maybe it was just a guy thing because it's something I never got into.
Like Mo, it's
Certainly.
a taste. Yeah, Moses Horowitz, actually, his actual name, and one of my all-time favorite TV characters, like ever, born this day, Pat Buttram. He was Mr. Haney on Green Acres.
Oh, yeah.
Loved Green Acres.
Yeah.
Mr. Haney, always had.
Oh, I loved that
which
show.
was nice. And of course, we got Father's Day coming up Sunday. So, I don't know really what the plans are, but I'm a proud dad. Best 2 things I ever did were Luke and Sadie.
Nice.
It does have a history to it. How did the whole thing start? Well, there's actually 2 different stories of that, depending on what you want to believe.
Okay.
It says here you can go with this one out of Fairmont, West Virginia, on July 5th, 1908. A young lady by the name of Grace Golden Clayton suggested to the minister of her local Methodist church that they celebrate fathers of the community after quite a tragedy. A mine explosion had killed over 300
Oh, my
men.
gosh.
And she thought that would be a good idea, and some people are saying that where it launched, and others are going with this one all the way across the country. First Father's Day fired up in Washington. June 19th, 1910, when a woman by the name of Serona Smart Dodd came up with the idea of honoring and celebrating her father while listening to a Mother's Day sermon at church.
Okay.
She felt as though mothers were getting all the acclaim, while fathers were equally deserving of a day of praise.
Well, either one of those are good stories, but I like them both.
Yeah, and then, I can't remember not having a Father's Day, but what gets more interesting about it is in 1924, then President Calvin Coolidge recommended Father's Day become a national holiday, but no action was ever taken.
Okay.
Now go all the way up to 1966. President Lyndon Baines Johnson, through an executive order, designated the 3rd Sunday in June as the official day to celebrate Father's Day. However, it wasn't until 1972 when Richard Nixon recognized Father's Day as a national holiday. So it's only been like a legit national holiday since 1972.
Oh, that's
awesome.
crazy.
So yeah, I just thought I'd share that. And
I appreciate that. I think that's really cool.
yeah, it's a time of year when really bad neckties are flying off the shelves all over the country.
That's for sure.
I haven't gotten a tie for Father's Day for a couple of years now.
I've never gotten one.
Really?
No, my kids know better.
I thought my kids knew better, but they still got me one. They got me some. I got a sunny tie, I think, one year for Father's Day. It was pretty cool.
I got a dancing, singing James Brown robot.
Oh, hey, we saw that. That's pretty cool.
Because my kids are pretty amazing.
Yeah.
They know what daddy like.
That's very good. It's the John and Heidi Show bonus hour with Dan Farris, brought to you by Sioux Falls Fireworks.org.
If you have a credit card, we'd like to help you make sure it's the best credit card for you. Take a few minutes to look at your current interest rate and see what you get for points or perks. Then go to bettercreditcards.com to see if we can help you find a better credit card. This will literally cost you nothing, and it could help you get a better credit card. If you don't have a credit card right now, you can check us out too at bettercreditcards.com. That's bettercreditcards.com.
Time now for Ranger Dan's Critter Corner.
Well, I'm rough, tough, and ready. I'm a heck of a man. Eat my beans and weenies from a frying pan.
He's Ranger Dan.
Easy. I'm Ranger Dan. Well, I loves to wrestle bears and lasso ducks. Run over possums in my government truck.
He's Ranger Dan.
Easy. I'm Ranger Dan. Well, I loves all the campers and the animals too. If you're picking on critters, I'm coming after you.
He's Ranger Dan.
Yes, sir. I'm Ranger Dan.
Good morning, Ranger Dan.
Good morning, Ranger Dan.
Oh, my favorite time of the day. A little greeting from my little favorite couple in the whole darn world, the Smalls. How the heck are you? Lenny, good to see you. Heidi.
Ranger Dan.
Heidi. I swear you just make me stupid. Whoa. Let me ask you a little something here. You work at an orphanage? Because every time I see you, I want to give you kids. Whoa, hey, keep your chair there, Rambo. We're all friends here. Just kidding, I'm a kidder.
Yes,
hey,
I
little
know.
Radio Ranger, I think it's time to gather around the old radio. Let's talk about aardvarks.
Nice. Aardvark. First animal in the alphabet, I'll bet.
Just swinging for the bleachers here. Little Radio Rangers. Sometimes it's real easy to confuse the aardvark with the anteater.
Oh, yeah.
Those are two totally different critters.
Really?
You can tell them apart by how they're spelled. Now, the aardvark, although they certainly are not indigenous nor native to South Dakota, there have over the years been a couple of sightings up around Sisseton area.
Nice.
Outside Cheetah's Peanut Bar after last call, but we've never been able to really verify those sightings. Here's a statistic. This is crazy. Aardvarks can grow over 7 feet long.
Oh, wow.
They can be enormous, and the big boys can tip the scales at up to 180 pounds.
Wow.
Ow.
But they're a little timid. You don't really see them during the day. They kind of hunt at night because during the day they do not like the heat. They do not like the sun, not even a little bit. So if you intend to keep an aardvark, you may not want to plan a trip to the beach. This is another fun little thing about them. The aardvark just at will, just bang right now. Right now, just bang. They can seal their nostrils.
Really?
Airtight. That is in order to keep out the dirt, the dust, and water.
Okay.
So don't be afraid to let your aardvark join you at bath time.
Nice.
And now here's the big thing, because I know you're wondering, that's the diet. That is the eating habits of the aardvark. Aardvarks live almost exclusively on ants and on termites.
Really?
Okay.
And a single aardvark can snarf down up to 60,000 of them in a single night.
No kidding.
Whoa.
This is largely thanks to its incredibly long, sticky tongue.
Very cool.
Which averages about 30 centimeters.
Oh, wow.
Which in American comes out to about 11.8 inches.
Holy cow.
Bang, that's almost a foot of tongue.
That is a lot of tongue right there.
Aardvark scientists refer to this impressive appendage as the Gene Simmons. Well, that's all the time we have, little Radio Rangers. I hope you learned something. I know I feel pretty darn filled to the brim here on knowledge. Remember, what doesn't kill you makes stronger, except for beers and murder hornets. Those kill you every darn time. The Ranger Dad out. Say it with me.
Yes, sir.
Each month you have these things called bills. They have to be paid. It's part of being an adult, not the fun part, but it's important. So if you can find a way to cut some of these expenses, it makes that bill day a little better. At InsuranceChicken.com, we'd like to help. Our site allows you to see what several different companies have to offer, all in one place. Check out great insurance deals at InsuranceChicken.com. Is it time for you to cross the road? See if we can save you money each month at InsuranceChicken.com. That's InsuranceChicken.com.
Time now for water cooler talk with Mr. Dan Farris. We've got some good water cooler talk today, sir.
I'll give you a choice. We can do Midwest state's oldest restaurants still open for business,
I like that.
Okay.
or we can fist fight over the new school boundaries.
Now let's do the first one.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm with you. I love stuff like this because you never know, and it's summer. It's kind of traveling season. People getting out there, and it may be something you want to do for your little summer travel bucket list.
And we probably won't upset anybody with this, but the school boundaries thing, somebody's going to get all upset over something.
Well, they had a meeting the other night, and now there were two different plans from which the powers that be will be able to choose from, and now they've thrown a third into the mix, and apparently the decision is going to be finalized on Monday night. So,
if you remember, I chose the first thing, not the second thing.
oh, that was just a recap, John. All right, let's get back to biz here. Let's get all touristy for just a moment.
Right,
These are, in fact, and we're just going to go with 5 states here, the local region, as it were, the oldest still up and running restaurants
Okay.
Nice.
of each state. Out of Iowa, It's called Bright Box Country Dining.
Wow.
Cute.
It's in Balltown, Iowa, which I am really not familiar with,
never
but
heard of
Balltown, B-A-L-L town. Same family has operated this place for 6 generations.
Oh, that's cool.
Wow, that's cute.
Yeah, still in the same fam. Out of Nebraska. Maybe you guys are familiar with this one. Glur's Tavern, Glurs.
I've heard of Glur's Tavern.
It's in Columbus, Nebraska.
Yeah, I actually think I've been to Glur's Tavern.
It was a kind of a regular stop for a gentleman by the name of Buffalo Bill.
Oh.
Wow.
Glur's started serving in 1876, and they're still going today.
I'm trying to wonder. I don't think that's the one. In that same community, there's a restaurant where Dorothy Lynch salad dressing was invented.
Yeah, I love that stuff.
But I don't think that was Glur's. But I think it's around the corner from that.
North Dakota, a little place in Bismarck called Peacock Alley. Classic American-style bar and grill, originally opened in the Patterson Hotel. That's been rolling since 1933.
Nice.
Out of Minnesota, which is always interesting to me because I'm a native Minnesotan and I've never heard of this town in my life, Mantorville, a little place called the Hubble House.
Hubble House.
Okay.
They got a telescope.
It has literally been throwing out the blue plate special since 1854. That's 5 years before Minnesota was granted statehood.
Oh, wow.
So if you're in Mantorville, you go to the Hubble House. They are still going.
That's super cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
And then finally, South Dakota. I'm sure you know where this is going. We're heading to Deadwood.
Yeah.
Deadwood.
And Legends Steakhouse in the Franklin Hotel.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
I know where that is.
Yeah, they teed it up.
Deadwood.
Teed it up in 1903. President Teddy Roosevelt was a big fan.
Nice.
Liked it a lot. So yeah, all 5 of those joints still up and cranking, and there you go. And now you know.
I like the one that's still in the same family. That's really cool.
The odds of that are just nuts.
Yeah.
I mean, you hear 2 generations, 3 generations, but 6 generations.
Yeah,
and
that's
counting.
crazy. Yeah.
Pretty amazing.
At a certain point, when the generation that has it right now, imagine the pressure on their kids.
Oh yeah, this is what you're doing for a living. don't even think twice.
What do you want to be when you grow up? Does it really matter? You know I'm going to be doing this.
You know,
it's
I have a passion for proctology, but
but when we met Gunnar and
who says that, by the way?
Yeah, nobody says that. We met Matthew and Gunnar Nelson because they are the 3rd generation of the Nelson family.
Yeah, you had Ozzie and Harriet. And then
their dad, Ricky Nelson.
Sure.
We're like, what kind of pressure's on their kids? Because, that family is like a music family. So it's one of those things where, sometimes the hand is dealt for you. It's just the way it works.
Sure is, John.
And that's how it is for Dan. He's got this...
Is it? No, I'm one of those people. No, and I have a support group, actually. We meet on Friday nights. We were doing it Saturday, but that's my bath night, so, whatever. And it's just a group of people who strongly just really, really wish their parents would have worked harder.
Well, if they would have, we might not have you here. And we need you here because we have entertainment news coming up in just a bit. And we've got some good news to get to as well. That is on the way on the John and Heidi Show bonus hour with Dan Farris. 2020 has become quite an interesting year.
Many people have been cooped up for way too long.
We're excited to join hundreds of friends for a fun time in Cancun this October.
Hear awesome music from Belinda Carlisle, Cheap Trick, Billy Idol, and many more.
The seance is at the end of October, and we are ready for a vacation. I hope you will join us.
We've been to this event for many years, and it is so much fun.
Get more information and reserve your spot at radiotravelgroup.com.
That's radiotravelgroup.com.
Time now for our bright spot of news, brought to you by Paul's Designer Showroom on Lake Lorraine and Sioux Falls. My beautiful bride Heidi sitting here with me right now because we're going to talk about our plans for the 4th of July. What are we going to do this year?
We're going to be hosting the fireworks.
Oh, yeah. And we're going to be watching it from Holiday Inn and Suites.
Yeah, we are.
And that is the perfect place to watch.
The premier place.
Now, I got to tell you, there's other locations too, and there's a list of locations where you can park on the Facebook page and also on the website, SiouxFallsFireworks.org. But if you want to watch the fireworks in style, you don't want to have to worry about trying to find a place to park.
Don't want to have to worry about traffic afterwards.
Yeah, and then literally when the fireworks are done, just go in and go to sleep. I mean, or, come party with us or whatever. I'm just saying. we are going to be there in one of the suites up top with the windows looking right out to the fireworks. And that's where we're going to be broadcasting from. But in addition to that, the plan is to do a live stream on Facebook from there as well. So if you're listening right now and you're going, well, I'm not going to even be able to be there. I have to work or whatever. If you can sneak a peek on Facebook.
Right.
Now, my concern is we've got an amazing musical soundtrack, and I don't know what Facebook will do if they'll like shut off the feed because of the music. I don't know what's going to happen, but we're going to be broadcasting, having some fun, and I'm going to test that little thing in advance. So when we get there, if we've got to turn the music off, we'll just have the fireworks. But boy, I sure hope we can have it because the total package makes
you have
really
to have
does.
the music for sure.
We were just listening to it, like a 20-minute
It's gonna be
soundtrack.
so cool.
Heidi helped put it together this year. This is the first time you've ever gotten involved in that, isn't it?
I've helped you pick out songs before, but I've never said I want these.
Yeah, these are the songs.
Yeah.
Well, I want to say thank you to the sponsors of the Sioux Falls fireworks because without these sponsors, it would be me with like a bag of sparklers. It wouldn't be good. So we want to say thank you to Market Beat, stepping up for the first time ever. This is really cool to have them on board as one of our platinum sponsors, as well as Grand Falls Casino and Golf Resort. They've been a platinum sponsor for a long time. They were the ones that actually roped us into this like 7 years ago. 2013 is when we got involved in this.
Nice.
So, and I was just looking back because I've got all the music going all the way back to 2014. That's when we took over the music, was the next year. But Grand Falls got us involved. And again, thank you to the folks out there. I'll tell you in a bit how you can go out and be a part of like contributing to the fireworks. Notoboom RV reached out this year. First time ever sponsor. Thank you guys for reaching out to us. That's really cool. International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, they've been on for years. Car Swap, this is also their first year. Right at Home just came on board for their first year. Foley's Heating and Air Conditioning just came on board for their first year. And this one here I think is just amazing. Giving Hope Bingo. Now, we go to Giving Hope Bingo
all the time.
We love it there. And we were talking to them, and they're like, hey, is there a way to still help out with those fireworks? And I was like, yeah, that'd be
awesome.
Wonderful.
People.
So they said, we have the Giving Hope raffle site, givinghope.raffle.com. What we'd like to do is maybe, give you guys the proceeds from that. So when people go on, you have a chance to win money and the funds from that for the first week there of June, or of July rather. So like here next week or whenever that is, it's sneaking right up. Those funds will go to the fireworks committee, to Big Paws Canine, which is really, really cool. Also want to say thanks to XL Energy who reached out to us, Smithfield Foods, Track to Trail, Arctic Cat, Outbound Sound. They're helping me get equipment so we can do the live stream and also contributed to be a sponsor. And our friends at Big Paws Canine as well. Now, in addition to all of the sponsors, I want to say thank you to the people that are letting us park in their parking lots, because without that, where would people park? Right. So huge thank you to Sanford Pentagon. It's just north of there. It's the South Dakota Junior Football League fields. Now, don't park in the fields, but the parking lot that's just north of the Sanford Pentagon. It's that sports complex. There's a location there for you to park. And I went up and looked. It's going to be a great location to watch the fireworks. Also, Denny Sanford Premier Center and the whole complex there. So the arena, Howard Wood Field, the Birdcage. Now, keep in mind, they're going to be doing a ball game at the Birdcage that same day. So if you want to park there, I encourage you to get a ticket and go to the game, too.
Oh, absolutely.
Just make an evening of it. And then come and do a little tailgating and watch stuff out in the parking lot. And I think we've got everybody. We're working on some additional parking places, too. But also want to say thank you to our friends at Sweeney Sanitation, because they're going to help us put garbage cans at all of these locations,
so that the parking lots don't end up getting littered.
Because
that's wonderful.
If we don't do that, we're going to have an issue. So thank you to all of those guys. And also, I want to circle back now to Grand Falls Casino and Golf Resort. If you would like to contribute, you can go to Grand Falls Casino and Golf Resort, make a contribution of $10 per day if you'd like, and they'll give you $10 in gaming, and then that $10 that you give to them goes directly to the fireworks. And that is what is going to fund what we call the Grand Falls Casino Grand Finale. And the more that we get for that, the bigger and better that can be. So get out and do your part to help make this an amazing show. There's also another organization that reached out, JJ's Wine and Spirits, and you can go in when you buy something there. There's a little tip jar on the counter, and whatever gets stuffed into that, they're going to match that as well. So if you happen to be,
that will also all go to
Big Paws Canine. Yeah, they're working with us to help put this all together. So huge thank you to Big Paws Canine, and a huge thank you to everybody that's been involved.
Amazing support. We appreciate it more than you could
really
ever
cool.
know.
And again, Holiday Inn and Suites on right up on Russell. If you're interested in going there, their number, A link to their info, all of that is on the website, SiouxFallsFireworks.org. And then you can stay
Best
right
place
by
to
us.
see the fireworks.
It's going to be amazing. Again, all the details about this at SiouxFallsFireworks.org. This has been our Bright Spot of News, brought to you by Paul's Designer Showroom on Lake Lorraine in Sioux Falls.
Small businesses are the heart of our community. As things get back to normal, I hope you'll go out of your way to do business with locally owned businesses in your area. We've been so pleased with the response of our gift card challenge that we're gonna keep this going. If you can, buy an extra gift card. You can use it yourself or give it to someone who needs a little help right now. When you buy a gift card, remember to post a photo on social media with hashtag giftcardchallenge. Learn more at giftcardchallenge.org.
And it's time right now for a little bit of entertainment news of the day with Mr. Dan Farris.
Snap 'em if you got 'em, because celebrities are fabulous. They look glorious, they feel glorious, they smell like heaven. Because the rich can afford to do that. Hey, you know who's firing up a podcast? I'm going to make probably some pretty sweet do-re-mi off it. You know where you love her? Kim Kardashian.
Okay.
Will be the latest voice in podcast. She just inked a deal with Spotify.
Nice.
Keeping up with the Kardashian star. Now, you would think maybe it would have to do with, I don't know, style or culture or blah, blah, blah. No, keep in mind, she is hitting the books hard. She's about to be a papered attorney, a licensed lawyer.
Pass the bar, but yeah.
Yeah, and I actually got this. This is from Tabloid. This is right out of the Wall Street Journal, for goodness gracious. Although the amount she will get paid in the deal has not been announced. It's just the latest podcast deal for Spotify after acquiring the Paracast network last year. And you had brought that up with, help me out, John, what's his, Joe Rogan. It was the same deal. Paracast got bought by Spotify. Then Spotify just signed Joe Rogan. It's $100 million annual podcast deal, which is huge.
Just last week. So working on a deal. Listen to this, Dan. I got the info right here. Spotify reached out to us. I don't know. We might want to take this up. For $10 a month, all the music we can listen to with no commercials. What do you think?
Ooh, that would be awesome.
Huh?
Actually,
they're not getting that same deal.
She's got a partner in this, actually, and she's going to be talking about prison reform. She's going to co-host alongside a lady named Lori Rothschild and Saldi.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Be distributed worldwide. Reported that most of the podcast will focus on this other woman who actually does investigative work into prison systems and all that kind of. So I guess it's going to be pretty serious.
It's going to be a smart podcast.
Yeah, over the past couple of years, Kimmy has visited the White House and actually gotten a couple of people
out of prison.
Yeah.
Sprung early through President Trump. So, yeah, this sounds kind of wild.
It is very cool.
Keep in mind there are now well over 700,000 podcasts.
Yes, and they're
available.
all looking for guests.
And, yes, most of them are titled, I Really Need a Guest. So, there you go. We'll see what happens.
Have you ever been a guest on a podcast, Dan?
No.
You are a guest on a podcast right now. Wrong answer. This is a podcast. It's a radio program that we turn into a podcast. So for those of you who like podcasts and you like this program, you can listen to this program as a podcast.
That's amazing.
That is
amazing.
It's the magic of technology.
There you go. Kimmy Kardashian just spreading her little wings there. And I think it all started with a sex tape. So.
Did it? See, Heidi, that's what we got to do. Then maybe we'd be making that kind of money.
Hey, I'm right here.
That's a big no.
No? Okay, that's what I thought.
Hard pass.
It's pretty much.
We could charge people to not see it.
If you don't, we're going to make it.
That might make us more money.
Well, Dan, thanks for coming in, and thanks for helping us get it all awkward in here.
Sure thing. It's what I do.
It's the John and Heidi Show bonus hour with Dan Farris, brought to you by SiouxFallsFireworks.org.
If you have a credit card, we'd like to help you make sure it's the best credit card for you. Take a few minutes to look at your current interest rate and see what you get for points or perks. Then go to bettercreditcards.com to see if we can help you find a better credit card. This will literally cost you nothing, and it could help you get a better credit card. If you don't have a credit card right now, you can check us out too at bettercreditcards.com. That's bettercreditcards.com.
Here's your Market Beat Minute for Friday, June 19th. The equities markets continue to struggle with direction on Thursday while traders worry about the economy. On the one hand, the economic data suggests a more robust than expected recovery post-pandemic, while on the other, there are growing signs the pandemic's not over. A rising number of cases in key states tied to the reopening have the market on edge. If the COVID-19 virus gets out of control, another lockdown could follow. Until then, investors should be reassured that the economy is, in fact, recovering and gaining momentum every day. The risk for markets is now that new data will come in hotter than expected and fuel what's already a history-making market melt-up. Next week's calendar of events includes several releases that could move the market. These include reads on the PMI, key housing data, and the latest word on consumer income and spending. You can get the inside track with Wall Street's brightest minds delivered directly to your inbox every day at marketbeatminute.com.